In today's video, I am going to teach you how to manage track Recort for employee payments in Zoho CRM. The goal today is to set up a clean place in Zoho CRM where you can record employee payments, capture the key details you need, and then use an approval workflow so payments follow the right process before anything is finalized. To begin, you will open Zoho CRM and go to the Setup area. Once you are in Setup, look for the section called Customization. From there, you will go to Modules and Fields. This is the part of Zoho CRM where you can create new data structures, like custom modules, and add the fields you want your users to fill in. Take a moment here to make sure you are in the correct Setup menu, because the options can look similar across different pages. After you are in Setup, Customization, Modules, and Fields, you will create a new custom module. The instruction is to create a custom module named Employee Payments. When you create a custom module, you are essentially telling Zoho CRM, we need a new set of records dedicated specifically to tracking employee payment information. This will keep your payment tracking organized and separate from unrelated records like deals or leads. Next, you will add custom fields to the Employee Payments module. You should create fields for employee name, payment date, amount, and payment status. Think of these fields as the minimum information needed to record a payment correctly. For employee name, you will be capturing who the payment is for. For payment date, you will record when the payment was made or scheduled to be made. For amount, you will store the numeric value so you can review totals and history later. For payment status, you will be able to track where each payment stands in the process, such as pending, approved, or completed. As you add these fields, pay attention to the field types Zoho CRM offers. Using the right type helps with reporting and keeps data consistent. Now that the module and fields are in place, you will move on to approval workflows. This is where Zoho CRM can help enforce process and reduce errors. The next step is to go to Setup Automation Blueprint to set up approval workflows. Blueprint is the automation tool that guides records through stages based on conditions you define. For employee payments, this matters because approvals usually need to happen before a payment is considered valid or ready to be processed. When you enter Setup Automation Blueprint, look for the option to create a new blueprint or start a new workflow. You will then select the module you want the workflow to apply to, which in this case is the Employee Payments module. This ensures that whenever a record is created or updated in employee payments, the approval logic can run automatically. From there, you will configure the blueprint steps and approvals according to your workflow needs. In the simplest case, the idea is that a payment record can move from an initial state to an approval state and then to a final state once it is approved. You can align these steps with the payment status field you created earlier, so the status reflects what is happening in the approval process. While you are setting up the blueprint, focus on how the approval is triggered. Typically, the approval should run when a new payment record is submitted, or when a user changes the payment status to a value that indicates it is ready for review. Even if your organization uses a multi-stage approval process, the key is that your workflow should be consistent and tied to the Employee Payments module and its fields. Once the blueprint configuration is complete, take a moment to save your workflow and make sure it is active if Zoho CRM requires activation. It is also a good idea to review the mapping between fields and workflow stages, especially if your workflow depends on the payment status field. That way, when users create and update employee payment records, everything moves smoothly through approvals, and that covers everything you need to know. You created an Employee Payments custom module, added the key fields for employee name, payment date, amount, and payment status, and then set up approval workflows using Zoho CRM Blueprint. This gives you a structured, trackable, and controlled way to manage employee payment records from start to finish.